हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, कलये सुन्दराकारं सदैकप्रियदर्शनम् अज्ञाननाशकं देवं सद्गुरुं मुरलीधरं, मुरलीमण्डितकरकमलं मुनिजनमोहनं व्यत्यस्तपादं वनमालाधारिणं प्रेमभक्तमण्डलनित्यकीर्तितं श्रीप्रेमिकवरदम् आश्रयेऽहम्। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नामसङ्कीर्तनं यस्य सर्वपापप्रणाशनं प्रणामो दुःखशमनः तं नमामि हरिं परम्। गोपिका जीवनस्मरणं गोविन्दा गोविन्दा, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। By the benign grace of Lord Sri Hari, our very beloved Sri Madhuri Sakhi Sameta Premikavarada Thakurji, and by the immense kripa of our Sadguru Maharaj, His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Sri Muralidhara Swamiji, we are so blessed to be enjoying this most beautiful Madhura Geetam, Govinda Undan Namame Alagu. And in the last episode, we saw just the first line, the first line of the Pallavi. There are two lines in the Pallavi itself, and we saw only the first one, Govinda Undan Namame Alagu, where we saw how in this entire Madhura Geetam, our Guru Maharaj is addressing Govinda himself and is talking about the glory of Govinda Nama to Govinda. He is telling Bhagavan how great your Nama is. And when our Guru Maharaj starts talking about the glory, the first thing that comes to his mind is how beautiful this Nama is. Unda Namame Alagu. He says, Govinda, un Namame Alagu. And we saw how Namame Alagu, which means your Nama itself is beautiful and Nama alone is beautiful. Your Nama only is beautiful. Govinda, your Nama only is beautiful, only your Nama is beautiful. Undan Namame Alagu. Right? And with that, he further talks about the glory of this Govinda Nama. And he says, Yenda Nerathilum Nammai Kathidum. Yenda Nerathilum Nammai Kathidum. Govinda Undan Namame Alagu. Your Nama is so beautiful. Yenda Nerathilum Nammai Kathidum. How is this Bhagavan Nama? It protects us always, it seems. Yenda Nerathilum. In one of the Kirtans, in another Madhura Geetam, our Guru Maharaj sings, Yenneramum Yendan Navil Undan Namam Irukka Vendum Kanna. And when you say Yenneramum, it is like, a short form of Yenda Neramum. Just what our Guru Maharaj is singing here, Yenda Nerathilum. In that Kirtan he says, Yenneramum. See, the moment we say Yenda Nerathilum as Yenneramum, it gives us more clarity about how it sounds or how it gives the meaning of always. Yenneramum, when we say, you are always doing this. Right? When we say Yenneramum, he is chanting Nama. It means he always chants Nama. So here, our Guru Maharaj says, this Govinda Nama, Krishna, this Nama of yours, you know what it does? It protects us always. Yenneramum, Yenda Nerathilum. It always protects us, irrespective of the state in which we are in, irrespective of where we are, or how we are, etc., etc. It always protects us. And another way to see this is, Yenda Nerathilum. Whenever you chant, it protects you. whenever, whatever be the time. Very fortunate ones, they have this greatest bhagya, the greatest blessing of chanting Bhagavan Nama always. Is it not? But he says, even if some less fortunate ones who are unable to chant Bhagavan Nama always, or even more unfortunate people who don't even know the greatness of Bhagavan Nama, but even if such people chant this Bhagavan Nama sometime in their life, even if they chant this Bhagavan Nama only during their last moment, right? Even then it protects them. And another beauty in this Madhura Geetam of our Guru Maharaj is that here our Guru Maharaj is not telling Endha Nerathilum Ennai Kathidum. He is talking to Bhagavan about the greatness, right? And when he is talking, he should be telling Krishna, your Nama is so great, it always protects me. He is not telling like that. Our Guru Maharaj very specifically says, Endha Nerathilum Nammai Kathidum. Endha Nerathilum Nammai Kathidum. So, our Guru Maharaj does not say, Endha Nerathilum Ennai Kathidum. Instead, he says, Nammai Kathidum. See, we may think maybe the first line alone, he is talking to Bhagwan, saying, Govinda unda namame alagu. And then he is looking at others and he says, Endha Nerathilum Nammai Kathidum. Doesn't make sense, is it not? Because he is talking about the glory of Bhagavan Nama to Bhagavan himself here. So, when he says Nammai Kathidum, he is actually saying, Krishna, this beautiful divine name of yours not only protects me, but it protects you also. It protects us. Nammai Kathidum. That's the beauty of it. Is it not? Bhagavan Nama protects us always. But Bhagavan Nama is what protects Bhagavan also. That's why even in Ramayanam, Sri Valmiki Maharishi, he says, Balam Vishnoho Pravardhatam. If we chant Bhagavan Nama, Bhagavan gets strength. When we chant Bhagavan Nama in a temple, the deity there gains more sanidhya. It imparts more divinity into the deity itself. That is the power of Bhagavan Nama. That's why we all know how many different services our Guru Maharaj renders, divine services he does. And one of them is renovating ancient temples. And in many cases we have seen when we have to do a renovation of a Divya Desha, of a very ancient temple, before our organization under the guidance of our Guru Maharaj, before we begin the work of renovation, Guru Maharaj would always send a few devotees to the temple and ask them to do Akhanda Nama Sankirtana for a few days. Because he would say that is what would impart that divinity in that deity, and it would also give us the strength to complete this work. It will bring us the blessing of being able to complete this renovation work. So here he says, Unda namame alagu endha nerathilum nammai kathidum. See, in Mahabharata, when Draupadi was dragged into that Asad Sabha, and when Dushasana was all set to disrobe her, all that Draupadi did was Govinda, is it not? She just called out this Bhagavan Nama, Govinda. Draupadi manam kaathu Duryodananai azhithu dharmathai nilai naatinaye dharmathai nilai naatinaye. When Guru Maharaj sings this Madhura Geetam, he says, Govinda Varai Premika Varada. He calls our Premika Varadan as Govinda, because Draupadi was protected by Govinda. The moment she called out this Bhagavan Nama Govinda, even before Bhagavan could get up from his seat, even before Bhagavan could do the Sankalpa to protect Draupadi, because Bhagavan of course does not have to come all the way to Hastinapura to protect Draupadi, no doubt, but there should be a Sankalpa, is it not? Even before that Sankalpa arose in the heart of Krishna, his divine name, that Govinda Nama itself protected Draupadi. It itself showered this Ananta Vastra, Akshaya Vastra on Draupadi, and it protected her. So, our Guru Maharaj says, your Nama itself protected Draupadi at that moment, and by protecting Draupadi, that Nama saved your name also. Like we say, is it not? If a good teacher, if there's a teacher and he has a good student, and the student scores excellent marks in an exam, the teacher would say, you really saved my name. In Tamil, it's a very common usage where we say, pera kapathino. Right? Similarly here, it is Govinda Nama that, saves the name of Krishna. It saves the face of Krishna. It protects him also. In Ramayana, Bhagavan himself, Bhagavan was so desperate to somehow see Sita Mata. When Sita Mata was separated from him by Ravana, Bhagavan was so desperate, he was pining to have a darshan of Sita Mata, and there was this vast, ocean in between them. And Bhagavan himself did not know how to cross this ocean, and he was sitting there on this shore, and Bhagavan could not do it, but Bhagavan Nama made it possible. How? Bhagavan Nama made it possible for Hanumanji in the first place. Hanumanji was able to jump across this ocean because of the strength of the Ramanama that he was chanting. Is it not? So, it is Bhagavan Nama that was able to take Hanumanji across the ocean. That's why Guru Maharaj sings, Ramanamam solli Hanuman kadalai taandinan. Is it not? And then it is said in a few versions of Ramayana that even the monkeys, when they built the bridge for Ramachandra Prabhu to walk across the ocean, when they were building the Setu, the Rama Setu, it is said that on every rock Ramanama was written, and only with that strength, even Bhagavan had to cross. There is a small anecdote that is generally spoken in a few satsangs by a few Mahatmas, in which they say that it seems when Ramachandra Prabhu saw that by writing Ramanama, right, on a stone, the stone was floating, he thought, if my Nama has that strength, maybe, if I throw a stone, it would float. But it did not, it seems. It just sunk into the sea, and it is said that's how Bhagavan himself saw the greatness of his Nama. So, Goswami Tulsidas Maharaj, he says, Ramana Sakahi Nama Gunagai. He says even Rama himself cannot sing the glory of Bhagavan Nama. That is the beauty. So, here our Guru Maharaj says, Govinda Undan Namame Alagu Yenda Nerathilum Nammai Kathidum. It protects not just me, Krishna, it protects you also. It is the one that protects us. Right? The Nama Vaibhava is such, Tat Kshana Rakshana Nama Vaibhava. Our Guru Maharaj sings in one of the Kirtans, Sajjana Mandala Sevita Vaibhava, Tat Kshana Rakshana Nama Vaibhava. The greatness of Bhagavan Nama is Tat Kshana Rakshana. It protects the moment we chant. Whatever time it is, it could be our deathbed, it could be any time, in any state that we chant, it will protect us. That is the greatness of this Bhagavan Nama. That's what he says in Pallavi. And in Anupallavi, our Guru Maharaj sings, Andiyavarai Kathidum Venkatava Namam Thannai Andiyavarai Kathidum Venkatava Namam Marnai Uldamaya Kannan Namam Govinda Udal Namame Alagu Yenda Nerathilum Nammai Kathidum Andiyavarai Kathidum Venkatava Namam. The moment we say Govinda Nama, the Divya Desam that comes to our mind is Tirumala Tirupati, is it not? And Sri Srinivasa Perumal there. And the moment we think of Sri Srinivasa Perumal, we think of his divine form where Bhagavan has this Varada Hasta, and our Guru Maharaj would beautifully say Bhagavan is actually showing his feet, it seems, because the moment we think of Tirumala Tirupati, Sri Srinivasa Perumal, our Balaji, our Govinda, the first thing that comes to our mind is Sharanagati, Atma Nivedanam, is it not? See, the 12 Alvars, the great Vaishnava saints, each of them had different bhavas. Some of them had Vatsalya bhava, some of them had Shringara bhava, Madhurya bhava, some of them had Dasya bhava. And we can see all these bhavas in all the Divya Prabandhas, in all their pasurams, in all their beautiful songs, we can see it. But we can take any Alvar, and when they come to sing on this Divya Desham of Tirumala Tirupati, when they sing the glory of our Srinivasa Perumal, the next moment all they can do is, do only Sharanagati. Adikir amarndu pugundene. Adikir amarndu pugundene. That is how they think. The moment we think of Sri Srinivasa Perumal, we can't but think of Sharanagati. Right? Total surrender. Offering ourselves completely at his lotus feet. And here our Guru Maharaj says, we don't even have to do that. We don't even have to do this Atma Samarpanam to Bhagavan Govinda. All you have to do is Andiyavarai Kathidum Venkatavan Namam. This Govinda Nama is Venkatavan Namam. Venkatavan is the one who is residing in Venkatadri, in the 7 hills, in Tirumala, in Tirupati. Is it not? The moment you say Govinda, you think of him, and he says, this Nama itself, you surrender unto, you seek refuge in this Govinda Nama, that itself is enough. Andiyavarai Kathidum. It will protect us. All we have to do is seek refuge in this Govinda Nama. Like we saw just now, all that Draupadi did was only chant Govinda Nama. That itself protected her, is it not? That's what Guru Maharaj says. Andiyavarai Kathidum Venkatavanamam. See, when we say Andiyavar, in Tamil, if you say a sentence like, Avanai Andi Vazhvadu, it means you depend on him totally, which is you completely surrender unto him, you are totally under him, right? But in a colloquial way of telling, when we say Andi, it means going near. You don't even have to surrender completely. Our Guru Maharaj says, Andiyavarai Kathidum Venkatavanamam. All you have to do is go near that Nama. Just go near it. Which means just chant it, even casually. Just jihvagre. Let that be just in the tip of your tongue. Even if you chant this Govinda Nama as only lip service, and you don't mean anything by it, even then it protects you. Venkatavanamam. See, the beauty of the words that our Guru Maharaj uses in Madhura Geetam, they are all divine, is it not? It's Divya Vani. Like we know, it is not something that, our Guru Maharaj sits and thinks and writes or, corrects it or sets it, in a particular tune. It doesn't do that. It all comes together in his bhava. And when that happens, you can see how divine it is. He says, Andiyavarai Kathidum Venkatavan. He is using the Nama Venkatavan Nama. Venkatavan. Because like we said, in Tirumala Tirupati, it is called 7 hills, right? So there are 7 hills there. And each hill has a different name. And one of the hills is called Venkatadri. It is called Venkatadri because the Sthala Purana, the story that goes with that name is, there was this man who was a great sinner. Like our Ajamila, Akshatra Bandhu, etc. He was a great sinner, it seems. And there was no prayaschitta that could save him from all these sins. And when this sinner, this great papi, when he came near Tirumala Tirupati and he was walking towards Tirumala Tirupati, and when he came near it, when he came near this Venkatadri, specifically, it is said that all his sins were completely burnt, it seems. Vem itself means papa. Vem itself means sin. And Venkatam means that which completely destroys or burns off all our sins. It is called Venkatavan. That is called Venkatavan, and that's why that hill is called Venkatadri, because the moment this person, he did not even climb the hill. He did not go there atop the hill to see Bhagwan. No, he was just somewhere near the hill, some 3 miles away itself. All his papas, all his sins were completely burnt away, it seems. So that's why Guru Maharaj says, you don't even have to do complete Sharanagati. அண்டியவரை காத்திடும் வெங்கடவர் நாமம். All you have to do is just chant this name, even casually. Go near that name, bring some sambandha to that name. That is enough. Some sambandha, that is enough. And he says, why is this name so powerful? மண்ணை உண்ட மாய கண்ணன் நாமம். மண்ணை உண்ட மாய கண்ணன் நாமம். Like தொண்டடிப்பொடி ஆழ்வார் in திருமாலை, in the very first பாசுரம் he says, காவலில் புலனை வைத்து கலிதன்னை கடக்கப் பாய்ந்து நாவலில் துழிதருகின்றோம் நமன் தமர் தலைகள் மீதே. He says that I would dance on the heads of Yamakinkaras. Why? What gives you that kind of confidence? Because he says காவலில் புலனை வைத்து கலிதன்னை கடக்கப் பாய்ந்து. He says I've jumped across this Kali. Kali means sin. Kali means this Gora Yuga. Everything that's negative is represented by this Kali. He says, I've crossed across this Kali and I'm now dancing on the heads of Yamakinkaras. I have no fear. Why? Because he says, the divine name that I'm chanting is such. It is not the name of some common man. I'm not telling the name of, some neighbor. Whose name it is? மண்ணை உண்ட மாய கண்ணன் நாமம். மண்ணை உண்ட மாய கண்ணன் நாமம். In திருமாலை தொண்டர்பொடி ஆழ்வார் says, மூ உலகு உண்டு உமிழ்ந்த. That மூ உலகு உண்டு உமிழ்ந்த is in a very it's a very philosophical way of saying how great Bhagavan is, right? Because he is the one who creates this universe, he is the one who sustains it, and finally he is the one who completely dissolves this universe unto himself. மூ உலகு உண்டு உமிழ்ந்த. In Pralaya Kala, he absorbs this entire universe into him. He brings it forth again in the next cycle, is it not? So that is one way of seeing it. The very same thing, our Guru Maharaj, because like we said, he is such a great Rasika and he loves Krishna Leela and he would love to include them everywhere. He says the same thing very beautifully, Mannai Unda Maya Kannan Nama. Because in Dashmaskanda, where we find this beautiful Leela of eating the dirt, Bhagavan started eating the sands of Gokula. Because Bhagavan loves Gokula and Vrindavan so much. So I guess he wanted to, eat it because he thought it is so sweet. And while he was eating it, immediately all the Gopas came rushing to Yashodama and he said, Yashodama, Krishna is eating mud. See, in the entire Bhagavatam, this is the only place where Gopas are complaining. Usually in all Krishna Leela, it will be only gopis who are complaining, right? This is the only Leela where Gopas come complaining to Yashoda Mata. And they say he is eating mud. And Yashoda Mata comes, she inquires. Balramji also says, yes, Krishna is eating mud. But Krishna did not open his mouth. And in that Leela, we see when Yashoda Mata, pried his mouth open. She made him open his mouth. And he said, Amma sarve mithya abhishamsinha. Amma, all these people are lying. She says, I won't believe that. Balram Dau would not lie. She has such confidence in Balram Dau. And she says, open your mouth. And when Bhagavan opened his mouth, she saw the entire universe, is it not? Inside that mouth. So he says, Mu Ulagu Und. He was not eating just mud. He is the one who eats this entire universe during Pranaya. So the very same thing that Advar says, Mu Ulagu Undu Umindu, our Guru Maharaj very beautifully, in a very Lalita way, he says, Mannai Unda Maya Kannan Namam. This Nama is so powerful that if you just go near it, if you just have some sambandha with that Nama, it will completely burn off all your sins. Because it is the Nama of this Govinda who is Mannai Unda Maya Kannan. Right? That is the beauty of this Nama, and that is how Guru Maharaj enjoys this Anupallavi of this beautiful Kirtan, Govinda Unda Namame Alagu. We will see the charanam of the song in the next episode. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam, Govinda Govinda, Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai.